Hi everyone, this is my evidence-based intervention project. It's titled Positioning with Care. My project focused on developmental positioning in the NICU, and the project wanted to look if a unit-based education program could improve the confidence, motivation, and consistency of care of nurses and healthcare providers that work in the NICU. Developmental positioning is really important because it helps to prevent long-term disabilities. It promotes appropriate neuromuscular development in the infants, and it's been found to help soothing. They gain weight faster, they're less stressed, they have less events, which could be oxygen dips and heart rate dips. So it's really something that's simple, but it's so important and makes a huge impact on the babies we take care of. So I wanted to look at whether the nurses felt that they were properly educated and how confident and motivated they were to do this practice. So my project focused on two surveys, a pre and a post education survey that used the Likert scale, and it was rated 1 through 5. And the education piece was a PowerPoint that included information on the importance of positioning, some visual aids on how to properly position and the different positions that we can do, and also a video demonstration on how to use some of the products that we currently use in our NICU. So I had 11 nurses that completed all surveys in the education piece. And even though it was a small sample group, I was able to get some really good data from the surveys. And I exported that data and used an app that gave me graphs and the percentages of how the answers differed. And the questions on the pre and the post survey were the same, and they were completed by the same nurse. So it was really great information and data. Through the data, I did find an increase in the confidence and motivation in nurses. The pre-survey found that 45% of nurses felt that they had received adequate training and education. And after reviewing my project and the education materials, it actually increased to 82% of nurses felt that they were adequately trained to complete positioning, which was really great to see that they felt that the education was beneficial and it really made an impact on their care. Some other data that I was able to obtain was that 73% of nurses strongly agree that continuing education for positioning is important. So they want to see this education annually, and they want to be updated on different practices and different devices that we could be using in the NICU. 82% of nurses felt that there are barriers to proper positioning in the NICU. Some of these barriers may be a lack of education, a lack of supplies. So this would be a really great point for future research in the unit to see what these barriers are and how we can remove them or improve the situation for the nurses. And finally, 91% of the nurses felt that the education intervention was beneficial to their practice. So I got a really good response on the education portion, and the nurses felt that it was really important for their practice and that education would be an important factor for maintaining consistency and helping nurses feel motivated and confident in their care of these babies. And that was kind of the implication that I found, was that after this education, nurses were motivated, they felt confident to provide this education for parents so that they could also be involved. And this is really important for new grad nurses who have never worked in the NICU before, so they really need to see the visual aids and the pictures on how to properly do this because they have never received that education before. And it was just, I think, some great points to look at future research options on how we can continue to improve the care of the infants. But that was my project. It was really interesting. I think it made a great impact in the unit, and I got really good feedback from all the nurses. And I just want to thank everybody for their recommendations and their advice, and I've enjoyed looking at everyone's projects. And thank you so much.